Penelope? Good. American Light Whiskey? 17 years? It's worth giving it a shot. Stick around and see what we think about this new release from Penelope. Hello, and welcome back to Drans for Dummies. I am Brett, the numero uno dummy, and if you watched the intro, which I'm sure you did because you're here, I don't really know what I just did. First of all, Penelope. At this point in time, we know Penelope is doing amazing things. They've got their stuff on, as the kids say today, on lock. Actually, I think the kids 20 years ago said that. I'm getting old. Anyway, but they do good stuff with their, they get all their stuff from MGP, blah, 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 whatever. So they're doing more and more good things. They've got their estate series, which I've yet to get one of those, and I think I passed on one or two, and I shouldn't have. Those estate series are getting tons of great reviews. There's a lot of different higher level releases that Penelope is doing right now that I think that are getting a lot of great praise. This is one of them. They did an American Light Whiskey release last year, so maybe start of 24. That got a lot of love, and I didn't go back because I'm a dummy. I'm not going to go back and do research and tell you guys what the year and the proof of that one was, whatever. Other than to say it was. I know that I saw it and went, that's interesting. I should probably get that. I didn't try. It went away, and all I saw was how amazing it was. So as soon as this one popped up, I went, I need to get that. I put a bug in my local store's ear, and very soon after I put the bug in their ear, they said, I think it's in here now if you want to hustle in. And I hustled my butt in, and I got it. So American Light Whiskey, this is a limited release from Penelope. This particular release, this is early 2025, is a 17-year release, and this is 138.8% proof. So let's call that 140 proof. Let's just round that up for the dummies. And I'm going to try to do this without my glasses, but it says on the side, Penelope Bourbon Limited Release showcases rare and unique barrels we've been fortunate to discover. This release highlights a remarkable collection of light whiskey barrels distilled from corn at Seagram, Indiana in 2006. Aged for 17 years in second fill oak barrels, this long-aged expression exemplifies the hidden gems within the world of whiskey. Non-chill filtered, in case you care about that part. So, for those that don't know, I'm not going to try to bore you because I don't know anything. I'm a dummy. Light whiskey, kind of in the 60s when, the brown juice it was losing its favor, right? So back in our grandparents' age, when they were drinking bourbons, that was a thing. And then it got to be that's not healthy, it's not low calorie, or it's not whatever the new hotness was. The clear spirits and vodkas and gins became more of a thing. And so then the whiskey bourbon world was trying to react to that and create something not as dark, not as heavy, not as harsh as what people equated to be their grandfather's drink. They wanted to be the newer, hipper, cooler, lighter, easier to make into cocktails kind of thing. And so I think somewhere in all of that, the light whiskey came out. So what is light whiskey? First of all, it's basically a corn whiskey. So, it's like 99% corn usually and 1% malted barley. And so it's not light because it's light in color. It's not light because it's low in proof, as this says. It's light because it usually being all corn. So this is not a bourbon product, right? It doesn't have the same rules as bourbon, but it's a sweeter flavor profile. And then also bourbon requires the new oak, charred oak barrels that don't have the same requirement here. So they're putting them into, like they said, second used barrels. So something was in the barrel, some whiskey was in the barrel, matured and aged, and then they dumped it, and then they put the light whiskey in, which is 99% corn, and now with being an old used barrel, you don't get that same char influence. You don't get as much of the ebb and flow in and out of the wood that you do from a new oak that's like soaking it in and then bringing it in and expelling it, whatever. So you just get this, and that's where the longer age statements come in. It just takes longer and can sit longer without over oaking, right? Because you're using second oak barrels. So now you get 17 years, and they also allow for a higher entry point, proof entry point of a 140, which is why we can be pretty much close to that here versus bourbon, which is leveled off at 125. That's a lot of random notes, half of which are probably wrong because I'm a dummy. Put in the comments below how I erred in the education of what light whiskey is. But the point of that is to say, it's not light in your proofs. It's not light in age. So for people that like age, they like proof. Light whiskey is great, but you don't always want a big ride and a big punch in the mouth when you're drinking. Light whiskey can provide that too. All that to say, I've had a little bit obviously, and I did the neck pour of my own. I'm not going to say anything about what I thought about that. I poured myself a sample for Jeff over at Bubbles because you got to take care of those that take care of you. And now this is the next pour we're getting out of this. So I'm excited to try it with you. So that's a lot of exposition to get to the freaking drinking part. I hope you're having a great day as I fling some of this right out of the glass and onto the counter. That is that's a good luck thing. It's like throwing salt over your shoulder. You spin, you twirl, you're what in the world? I need to settle down. I think I need to drink it, review it, stop recording, and make myself some dinner because we are on the empty stomach, low blood sugar train right now. But super excited. I've got wet fingers now because of spilled juice. Cheers, everybody. What are you drinking? What is your experience with light whiskey? Have you had any of the Penelope light whiskey releases? What are your thoughts? It's getting rave reviews everywhere else. What does this dummy think about it? We're in the nose, by the way. I'm going to do a quick little sip just to kind of inform the nose. Here we go. Nose time. Really nice. It's sweet. It's light. Again, we're talking about whatever we're talking about. I've already lost my count, 40-ish, whatever proof. It doesn't. You can put your whole face in the glass. It's not overwhelming. It does kick you a little bit when you do it wrong, like that just did. That's fun. But it's got a nice depth to it. It is really pretty much a sweet nose, but not fruity, super sugary, high elevated nose. We're in the mid-range. Got some oak in there. It's just nice. I wouldn't call it complex. I wouldn't say it has a lot of layers to it. I wouldn't say it has a lot of depth necessarily to it. It sits in kind of a middle pocket that it's doing it really well, though. Oh, it's good. It's got a little savory note in that one. When I say savory, my brain, coming in Kansas City, goes to barbecue, whether that's the sauce, the kind of tomatoey, savory sauce, or even the meat itself. But it's not off-putting. That's not like it's a bad thing. It's just nice. It's got kind of a richness and a quality there that's not going to be in your caramels and your toffees and your chocolates and your mints and your normal kind of notes. It's a different thing that I think it's really nice to experience in a whiskey glass. It's really good. That savory note, now I said it, and I think it's because I'm on empty stomach and low blood sugar, so now all I can think about is food. So now I'm just smelling it and thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner, and it's just making me even more excited. So I don't want to let that influence the score, but it is. It's got the oak and the caramel, but it is kind of covered and wrapped around with this really nice, pleasing, savory note that is really cool. This is really good. I'm going to give it an 8. So an 8 for me is a really very, very, very good. Really very good, strong, really awesome, good, really good. That's good. All right, 8 on the nose. Let's see what the palate's doing. I didn't want to say something before I started this, because I don't like to be influenced or think that I'm like coming in with an idea of something. But I will say, when I poured the neck pour of this, and people can debate neck pours, I do believe that the very first time you crack it and you just pour it right out and you have it, it's not the same as when you have it a little bit later, a week or two later, get some air in that bottle. I was blown away. I was blown away when I drank this on the neck pour. So I'm gonna drink. I'm just reacting and being emotional now and not being very analytical. I just want to say that it's backing up what I initially got. So it wasn't like I was in a good mood or high or drunk or whatever when I drank it the first time. Whatever this thing does in the palate and the finish is so good, so fully realized, so developed, so a little bit unique maybe too, but also just like the point of the light whiskey, approachable. It's not overwhelming, it's not crazy complex, but it's so good and so rich in flavor. And so, yeah, all the things. There were kids out the window screaming a second ago. That really distracted me. Let me go back in here in my heady, high state and try to get a score on this and maybe put some better words on it. The legs on this, it's viscous. As soon as it gets in the mouth, it just starts to fill. It just starts to, on its own, before I even do anything, it's coating and just filling the mouth, and then the flavor starts to go. Things start to pop and sizzle. It just feels so good in the mouth, and the flavor is so sweet and so rich and nice. Holy cow. Okay, I'm going to amend a second. I'm going to go back to an 8 on the palate. Really damn good palate. But the palate, like the nose, is a little bit, it sits in a pocket. It's sweet, it's nice, it's got a little bit of spice, but it's really kind of right here. It's not going to change. Your nose is not going to change every time you smell it. It's the same nose. It's really good. It's the same nose. Your palate, when it gets into the mouth, it's going to coat, it's going to fill, it's going to be nice, but it's going to really match up with that nose. Sweet, a little bit of spice, but really nice, very approachable, very drinkable. The finish is where this whiskey freaking blows away anything else I've ever had, I think. I'm not a finish guy. And I say that because I've never really connected with finishes as much. But recently I've been becoming more of a finish person, but I'm always nose, palate, finish. And the finish is like, once you swallow this thing, that's when all of a sudden, all of this life, all of this different nuance, all of these layers come out, and it just keeps going. And it just, like, the story is really amazing, and it's really nice for, like, the first 3/4 or 2/3. Do I have a hole? Oh my God, look at that. Hey, I'm wearing my comfy winter sweatshirt around this is my house sweatshirt. I didn't know it had a hole in the I just saw that. Sorry. Again, who knows if that makes it or not. But the finish is like complex and fun and explosive, and it runs for ever. Like, I feel like this really, really, really good nose and really, really good palate are setting up this explosive, have you ever had a better finish? This finish is a 10. It is a 10. I don't think I've given anything a 10 ever. What happens after you swallow this whiskey is mind-altering and makes me ramble and take a 30-whatever-minute video, turn to a 40-whatever-minute video. It's going to be edited. Don't worry about it, dummies. I got you. I know you can't hang with me for 40 minutes. I don't even know how I've hung out for 40 minutes. It's a 10. Alright, so final score time. 8 nose, 8 palate, 10 finish, makes an 8.7 bottle. We round that up. We very rarely round up here on Drinks for Dummies to a 9. This is a 9 bottle. I gotta pick it up off of its stand and show you. This Penelope American Light Whiskey is a 9 in the Drinks for Dummies score system. The three of you who know what that means that this is the best bottle I've probably ever reviewed. It's attainable. It's not super attainable, but you can go get this. I'll try to get this review out so you can see it and you can know this is what you need to be buying. For the price point, 80, 90 bucks, whatever this is, for a 17-year whiskey that provides you an amazing experience from start to finish, an easy drinking, easy consumable, but yet the finish shows you complex and interesting and different than you've ever had before experience. This Penelope American Light Whiskey, if I was big enough to do a top of the year, this guy, in all my experience, might be the best bottle I've ever had. Okay, it's number 2. The original Coy Hill Jack Daniels is going to always be number 1. But this MFer is right there. So, value? Yes. If you find it at MSRP, freaking buy it. Don't even question it. This dummy told you to do it. If the MSRP is 90 and you were able to get it for 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, and I've never look back at my videos. Don't ever pay over MSRP. They know what they have. They've priced it a certain way. But if you find this $10 per year, 17 years, 170. If you found this for 170 and you are a connoisseur and you're going to appreciate these things, buy this at 170. Penelope American Light Whiskey, the 2025 edition. It's a 9. It's an amazing, ridiculous, top shelf bottle, and if you're lucky enough to have an opportunity to buy it, buy it. Love you guys. Bye.